As Nigerians, we have no other country that we can call our own other than Nigeria. And so we should be concerned about what is happening in our country, to our country. Now, we have a government in place of a political party, the so-called All Progressives Congress. And to be frank with ourselves, the so-called All Progressives Congress has been retrogressing Nigeria since 2015 till date. To the extent that I don't know any area of life that one can point to and say Nigeria has made progress. Because the preceding government of the People's Democratic Party imposed a jihadist war on Nigeria against the Boko Haram Muslim community that was peaceful until attacked by government. Peaceful throughout the presidency of Olusegun Obasanjo, who recognized that Nigeria's constitution guarantees religious freedom and freedom of association, and this community was not violent, and it remains peaceful until government started attacking it in 2009. Not because the community became violent, but that the Muslim imperialists accused the community of unorthodox Islam, which would be of no concern to Nigeria, which was the reason the former President Olusegun Obasanjo left the community to its own life, to which it is entitled under Nigeria's constitution. So look at the distance. The community started in 2002. Obasanjo left power in 2007. No crisis. And no crisis until 2009 when the government decided to start attacking it. And that was what finished the government of the PDP under the presidency of Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan. Because the war started, the government started the war in 2009. Umaru Musa Yar'Adua died in 2010, second year. And Jonathan finished the first term of Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, to whom he was vice president. And the first term ended in 2011. Jonathan became elected as the president and squandered his entire 4 years fighting the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, retrogressing the economy, creating insecurities, which was the very reason Nigerians decided enough was enough. But the so-called All Progressives Congress took power, continued the war, and added to it herdsmen terrorism. The first president of APC, Muhammadu Buhari, was not only perpetrating the war and added herdsmen terrorism to it, he also doubled himself as Nigeria's petroleum minister and accounting for nothing. So you have three things bedeviling Nigeria: the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, avoidable and avoided by Olusegun Obasanjo; herdsmen terrorism, that was not there in the scale it's entered in 2015 under the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari, when the X-Men terrorists became empowered, became equipped with AK-47 and became larger than life all over the country, ravaging agrarian communities in particular, raping, killing, kidnapping. Oh my God. So where is the progress? All Progressives Congress, where is the progress? And that was how it was 8 years under Muhammadu Buhari. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu came in 2023, sustaining the war, sustaining the X-Men terrorism, also doubled himself as Nigeria's petroleum minister and accounting for nothing. Worse than that, declaring the non-existent fuel subsidy gone and all other subsidies gone. And worsening mass abject poverty is fueling insecurities since 2009 till date, and getting worse with each succeeding president. Jonathan squandered his entire 4 years fighting the war. Muhammadu Buhari added X-Men terrorism and worsening insecurities, leading to the mushrooming and bandits, killing, kidnapping, and taking people for ransom. And now you have Bola Ahmed Tinubu adding fuel subsidy is gone, all other subsidies are gone. So where is the progress of the so-called All Progressives Congress? Where is it? But the situation now is that opposition politicians, rather than forming a coalition that will rescue the nation from the clutches of the so-called All Progressive Congress, retrogressing Nigeria worse than ever since 2015 till date. You now have opposition politicians trooping into the same political party, retrogressing Nigeria while calling itself All Progressives Congress. But then you have a coalition, only to discover that it is an initiative of somebody for the realization of his own presidential ambition, dating back to 1999. Atiku Abubakar, who in 1999 became the vice president to the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, ended their second term together in 2007. And since then, struggling to become Nigeria's president, are now taking advantage of the retrogression that the so-called All Progressives Congress represents to form a coalition. And now, well, in the beginning, Nigerians were not sure. They thought Atiku Abubakar would see reason and leave the door open to a younger person from the south, with particular reference to the southeast that has not produced Nigeria's president, so that there will be a form of political order, equity, and justice, which alone can promote peace for progress. But that's not the case with Atiku Abubakar. He has kept saying he's not stepping down for anybody, notwithstanding that somebody from the north had just served 8 straight years, 2015 to 2023, and that the South should be allowed to serve its own 8 years. So somebody who has no sense of justice, as perverse as Tinubu himself, who doesn't want to know that somebody from the Southwest already served 8 years, 1999 to 2007, and that somebody from the South already served 8 years in Aso Rock, Goodluck Jonathan, as the vice president, as the acting president, and as the substantive president, 8 years, and that only the Southeast remains to produce the president. Well, of course, unfortunately, the Peter Obi that some of us who believe in political order, equity, and justice want to support says doesn't matter where you come from. So far you are competent, and that Atiku Abubakar is his own respected senior colleague. So, as a matter of fact, where do Nigerians go from here? Definitely, everything is wrong with opposition politicians trooping into the so-called All Progressives Congress, because there's nothing progressive about this party. Retrogressing Nigeria to 2015 till date, yet promising El Dorado since 2015 till date. So, and that is the party to which people are now trooping into. Even if you say, okay, this Atiku Abubakar, and as a matter of fact, I don't know the difference between Atiku Abubakar and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They both pay glowing tribute to Muhammadu Buhari. Not just after he died. Before he died, Atiku Abubakar and Malam Nasir El-Rufai went to pay homage to Muhammadu Buhari and paid glowing tribute to him. You know. So, and he also said he asked Olusegun Obasanjo to attack the Boko Haram Muslim community, even though he lied that he did. He didn't. But that is to tell you that what are you going to expect from Atiku Abubakar different from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, sustaining the war, sustaining herdsmen terrorism, and worsening and worse corruption than ever before. And this Atiku that is said to be free with dollar, spending dollar like water, and you want to tell me it's not investment? You know, so where do Nigerians go from here? Because the situation is just getting worse. Yet, opposition politicians are trooping into the same political party, retrogressing Nigeria since 2015 till date. That's the concern. And now, but the situation is not helped by the formation of a coalition by a self-serving individual who is thinking not about Nigeria but his own presidential ambition. As desperate as Muhammadu Buhari and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so not minding their age and where they come from, you know, to say sense of justice, political order, justice, equity, without which you can't have peace and progress. And so Nigeria is not having peace and progress. And so what are you going to get from an Atiku as different from a Tinubu? Nigeria's situation is pathetic. So, as a children of God, as a child of God, I will not say hopeless, But I don't know where the hope lies as things are now. Because I have not heard of any move to create another coalition to counter this one which Atiku Abubakar created for himself. Because he has never stopped telling Nigerians that he's not stepping down for anybody. And those who should expect to counter him says, doesn't matter where you come from, so far you are competent. So, but definitely trooping into the APC, no. Beats one's imagination. You know, you can say this is an immoral act, they are self-seeking people and all of that, but then look at the other side, Atiku Abubakar. What is the difference between Atiku Abubakar and Bola Ahmed Tinubu? That's my concern. So we have to keep hope alive and make this a food for thought, that maybe opposition politicians will have a rethink and have mercy on Nigeria. Think beyond the dollars of Atiku Abubakar and the prospects of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to offer you olive branch to become part and parcel of the retrogression of Nigeria.